Hello, yogis. Welcome to class. For today's practice, 2 blocks and a strap. And we are going to start seated in Virasana on a block. Have your strap with you next to you. And when you arrive seated in Virasana, just rest your palms on the tops of your thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Kind of roll your shoulders back. And just begin to breathe. Hi, Courtney.
Good morning.
2 blocks and a strap today. And then we are starting in Virasana. Back or middle of your mat, and then have a strap and sit up on a block, please. So today we're going to continue with our side bends. We're kind of just going to put it all together. We do have a deep seated side bend pose that we will do at the end, but not really a peak pose per se today. Just continuing to lengthen through the sideways more today. We've worked on our shoulders and chest opening, outer legs and hips. So we're going to do all of that again and then really, really focus on like side body opening. So as I was saying, begin to settle in, arrive on your mat, arrive in class. Do your best to be present for the next 45 minutes. Maybe make a goal of no negative self-talk today because we do have some balancing where we may fall out, some challenging transitions that we might do that we just continue to improve on and work on. So love yourself, be kind to yourself, no negative self-talk. So take some deep breaths in and out of your nose. And just notice how your energy level is. Notice how your breath is doing. And then begin to float your eyes open if they're closed and grab your strap. We're going to start with some shoulder flossing. So if you're not familiar with what that is, you just take your strap, or if you have like a belt at your house or whatever, dog leash, whatever you need. I have to move up because I have a plant in my way, but we're going to hold the strap definitely wider than your shoulders. You're going to start pretty wide and then have your arms straight, palms facing down. And you're just going to take the strap up and over your head, keep your arms straight, and then all the way back behind you. So the wider your grip on the strap, the easier this will be. And then as you walk your hands closer to each other, kind of the harder, more challenging, more chest opening and shoulder opening you're going to get. And also notice when you go back, if you're flailing out in your ribs, and just try to like tone that in, tuck your belly towards your spine a bit, a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt, and just go back and forth at your own pace. If you find it not to be super challenging, I mean, it doesn't have to be super challenging, but if you want more of an opening, walk your hands closer together. And then you'll find that sticky spot where you can really feel the opening, and you can kind of hang out there. If you would like, move side to side. And then the next time you have your arms up top, your hands above your head, we're going to add some side bends here. So try to keep your arms in the same line. Begin to pull with your right hand to bring your left arm up and over your head. And then notice what your left hip does. Try to push your left hip down into the block. So maybe you don't go as far. And then look towards your left armpit. Make sure your left arm is in line with your right. So it's not like coming way forward. You're not doing a twist, just doing a side bend. It's early, so we don't expect anyone to go super deep. And then come up and we'll switch sides. So pull your left arm to the left, so your right arm comes up and over. Maybe you can peek under your right armpit, kind of opening up your chest. Push your right hip down. Feel that opening in your side waist and hip. And then maybe one more time each side. Nice. And then when you're ready, set your block or your strap to the side, and you can set your block to the top of the mat. We may use our strap again later, so keep it handy, keep it nearby. Just come to hands and knees. Some cat-cow to warm up. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Then on your inhale breath, stick your booty out, look up, arch your back, inhale. As you exhale, press the mat away, arch your back as much as you can, pulling your belly towards your spine. Exhale out everything. And then inhale, this is your cow. Exhale, cat. Do a couple more at your own pace. You can add any other kind of opening movements you like. Some people like to do like hip circles, warm up the wrists. So make this your own. And then let's do one more. And then step your hands a little bit forward, tuck your toes, and press back to down dog. So warm up your dog, pedal out your feet, lower one heel down, bend the opposite knee. I always say this, but spread your fingers nice and wide. You want your index fingers to point straight ahead, so your upper arm bones kind of face forward. And take any opening movements you want. Maybe some side twisty dogs. Then we'll meet in our still dog. So arms are straight, pressing the mat away. Send your hips up and back towards the back corner of like the ceiling behind you. Firm your thighs and gaze towards your knees. Breathe here. And on your next inhale breath, lift your right leg up and back. Open up your hip. So kick your straight right leg up towards the ceiling. And then point your toes, bend your knee, open the hip, kick your right foot back as much as you can. And then square your hip, take your nose or your knee towards your nose, puff up your back. And then drop your knee down so it's right below your hip. And then you're just gonna swing your left leg out in front of you and come to sit. So you're in this seated position with your right knee bent, bottom of your right foot, your inner thigh. We're just gonna do an easy side bend here. So you can take your left hand towards your left foot and then reach your right arm up. Press your right hip down on the floor and just begin to bend like you could reach your right hand towards your foot, but keep your right shoulder back. So kind of look towards your right armpit, and you're not gonna go probably very far because it's super early. You can feel your right side waist opening as you push that hip down and reach your right arm farther to the left. And just kind of take note of how deep you go here, because we're gonna revisit this at the end of class. And it's interesting to compare how much deeper you'll be able to go after we flow. Okay, you can release that when you're ready, and then plant your hands back to down dog. Second side, lift your left leg up and back. And then keep your leg straight as you open up your hip, lift your leg higher, and then point and bend, opening up your left hip, maybe gaze towards your hands as you do this. And then square your left hip, take your left knee towards your nose, puff your back, and then drop your knee below your hip to the mat and kick your right leg out. So now same thing, second side. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent. Crawl your right fingertips, maybe towards your knee, shin, wherever you want to go. Inhale, lift your left arm up. And then my palm is facing the right. Left hip pushes down, and then slowly start to bend as if you could touch your right foot as you press your left hip down and spin your left shoulder back. Really reach. And then again, take note of how deep you go. Notice if this side is a lot different than the first side. And then undo when you feel even. And then come back to down dog. Gaze forward and just walk your feet to your hands. Have hip width distance. Grab opposite elbows. And we'll just kind of rock back and forth, beginning to open up the hamstrings a bit. Shift the weight more towards your toes and let your head be heavy. Shake your head yes and no. And then if you can reach your right hand down in front of you, so like right under your face, if you need a block to bring the floor closer to you, grab a block. And then you're going to bend your right knee. Right palm is flat on the floor. Or I'm sorry, bend your left. Oh yeah, bend your right knee. Left leg is straight, right palm down. And you're going to just reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Look towards your hand. Feel that opening in your outer seam of your left leg. Maybe push the outer edge of your left foot more down into the mat. Turn your belly a little more to the left. Nice. Release that. Left hand plants, left knee bends, right leg is straight. Reach your right fingertips up. And then press the edge of your right foot down more. Breathe here. Gaze towards your right hand. And then undo. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, roll up to stand. All right, we're gonna do some Series A's and like one Series B today, so no lunging salutations. So begin into Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, just step back to plank. And then shift forward. Let's lower all the way to our bellies this first time. Cobra pose, so tops of feet press, elbows reach towards your heels, lift your chest up. And then exhale, lower. Press yourself back to down dog. Gaze forward. You can step or hop. Feet meet hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do another one. Inhale's your half lift. Plant your hands, step or hop plank. You can move through Chaturanga Dandasana this time and up dog or repeat cobra. We'll meet in down dog. Take a couple of breaths in your down dog. And then on your next breath, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Let's do another one. I'm just going to cue breath. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, meet in down dog. So we may not all be in the same place with our sun salutations, and that's fine. Just moving with breath, starting to warm up the body. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Inhale, exhale, inhale, reach up. And then bring your arms down. We'll take a bit of a rest in Tadasana. All right, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, arms up, bend your knees, chair pose. So really biceps by ears, reach your fingertips up. Sit low, push your booty back, and lift your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or cobra. Inhale. Exhale to your down dog. Step your right foot forward. Keep your left heel lifted. We're going to do virasana or just regular high lunge. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Spin your palms to face forward. Sit low in your right knee and really flex and firm up your back leg. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, bend to the right. Nice. Come up out of that. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back, straight into your chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Exhale. Left foot steps forward. Keep your right heel lifted. Inhale, high lunge. So again, firm up that back leg. Sit low in your left leg. Palms forward. Hold your right wrist this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the left. Make sure you kind of spin your right shoulder back. And then undo that. Plant your hands. Step to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Feet to hands. Half lift. Forward fold, exhale. And then bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand. So, feel free to grab a drink. Go back to down dog when you're ready. You can flow down or just go there. So we have 3 flows today. I'm determined to get through all of them. So down dog, let's all meet there. From down dog, inhale your left leg up and back. Yes, we're starting with the left. Kick your leg as high as you can. As you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, puff up your back, and then drop your left knee below your hip, just like we did at the beginning. This time, swivel your left shin back, come to the bottom of the right foot, gate pose / modified side plank. Reach your right fingertips up, and then spin your right palm forward, reach towards the top of your mat. And when I say that today, I really mean like pretend you could touch your right fingertips in front of your left hand. Push the edge of your left or your right foot down and really feel that opening. Nice. Bring your right hand back up. Lift your right leg, hamstring curl, right heel towards butt. Maybe you can grab your right foot with your hand, roll your right shoulder back, thigh stretch, and gaze towards your right shoulder. Nice. Keep your right leg up, look forward towards the top of your mat, and then step your right foot where your left or your right hand would go. And then swivel back so you're in like a low lunge. So kind of just like a progression towards that step up from plank. Inhale, low lunge. Palms face forward. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the right. Keep your left shoulder rolling back. Press your left knee down. Feel that opening in your outer hip. And then undo that. Plant your hands. Lift up your back knee. Spin your back heel down. You can grab your block. We're going to go into side angle. So use your block if you want to. Left hands reach towards the ceiling. Press your right arm and right inner thigh together. And then spin your left palm forward. Reach. Extended side angle. Breathe here. And then inhale, come up. Keep your legs where they are. Spin your right palm up. Reverse warrior. Really reach your right fingertips way back. Open up your right shoulder. And then come out of that, straighten both legs. All 10 toes point to the left. If you have that block, move it out of the way. Hands to hips, forward fold. So take your palms of your hands in line with your heels. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, walk your hands forward, half lift. Exhale, walk towards your right foot. Take the outer edge of your right foot and really press it down into the mat. And then take your belly towards your right thigh. Hold your left like calf. So right hand is by the knee, left hand is by the outer ankle. Belly towards thigh, and kind of twist to the right as you press your outer right foot down and feel that opening in the outer seam of your leg. Then you can reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Shoulder rolls back. Breathe. Nice. Plant your hands. All 10 toes point to the front, so you end up in kind of that runner's lunge. Then we're going to do boomerang pose again. This is the only time we're going to do it. So left hand plants right below your shoulder. And then spin all 10 toes to the right. So your right leg is bent like a 90-degree angle, and you're on the outer edge of your left foot. Walk your right foot back as much as you need to towards the back of your mat. Mine is usually right in front of my hip. And then lower your right hip or your left hip towards the mat. Make an O with your index finger and thumb and reach towards your left foot. Lower your hips more. And then as you inhale, press your left hand down and lift your hips. Reach up and over. Do that 2 more times. Lower your hips. Inhale, reach up and over. The higher you go, the bigger hip stretch you're going to get. Exhale, reach. Inhale, up and over. Last time, plant your right hand, step to down dog. Nice. Okay. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, right knee towards nose. Drop your right knee below your hip. Swivel your shin back. Modified side plank, gate pose. Spin your right palm forward and reach towards the top of your mat. Big side bend, left shoulder goes back. And then lift your left leg. Take your left hand to your foot. Thigh stretch. Let your foot kick your hand so it kind of pulls your left shoulder back. And then look towards the top of your mat. Let go of your foot and try to step your foot through to the top. And then you can plant your hand, back your knee up so you end up in that low lunge. Inhale in your low lunge, sit nice and low. Palms face forward. Grab your right wrist this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, undo, plant your hands. Set up for your side angle pose on this side. Walk if you need it. So this time, right hand reaches up. Palm faces forward, reach up and over. So big stretch from your right outer foot to your right fingertips. And then come up into a brief warrior two. You just move through it. Flip your left palm up, reverse warrior. And then straighten both legs. All 10 toes point to the left or to the right side of your mat. Forward fold. Move the block out of the way if you need to. Walk your hands back. Let your head be heavy. And then inhale, half lift. Crawl your hands forward. Exhale, crawl towards your left foot. So grab your left calf, pull your belly towards your left thigh. Outer left foot presses, and then left arm reaches up. Breathe here. Nice. Undo that. Spin your toes to the front, so you're in that lunge again. And then we're going to do boomerang on this side. So right hand plants right under your shoulder. And then all 10 toes point to the left. Swivel or kind of heel toe your left foot back. Lower your hips, make that O shape with your thumb and index finger. Reach towards your right foot, lower your hips. Inhale, lift your hips, reach your arm up and over your ear. For 1, for 2, for 3. Beautiful. Plant your hands, step back to down dog. Option to take a dog cycle here before we do our second flow. Okay, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, shift to 3-legged plank. Come to the outer edge of your left foot for side plank. So modify if you need to with your right foot in front or stacked. Wherever you are, flip your right palm forward, reach towards the top of your mat, press your hips up. And then maybe can you take your right knee towards your nose, look forward to where your right hand would go, and step. So now you're in that low lunge. If not, just go back to your regular plank and step your right foot through. Inhale, low lunge. Palms face forward. Grab your left wrist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the right. Undo, plant your hands. Set up for your side angle pose, but don't use your block. We're going to do elbow to inner thigh just this one time. So take your palm face towards the back of the mat. Fingers are kind of flailed. Press your right knee back in space. And then really reach your left arm up and over. Extended side angle with that elbow to knee. Look under your left armpit. Roll your left shoulder back. Nice. Come up briefly through a warrior two. Straighten your front leg. You're going to set up for triangle. So reach towards the front of your mat. Right hand to right shin. Reach your left fingertips up. Gaze up. Nice. And then reach your right fingertips up, straighten your legs. All 10 toes point to the side of your mat. Forward fold. Now from here, we're going to do something similar, but you might want to watch what we're doing first. So we're going to inhale, half lift. We're going to crawl towards the front, 10 toes point to the front. We're going to keep going to the right, so crisscross your inner thighs so you're facing the opposite side and your legs are crossed. From here, you just lower to Gomukhasana. So your knees should be stacked and your feet point out to the sides with the crisscross. So go ahead and get there. So inhales your half lift, crawl towards the front of your mat. Keep going, so all toes point to the opposite side. Inner thighs are crossed, and you can just lower down into Gomukhasana. So once you get there, we're not gonna be here too long. Crawl your fingertips forward slightly just to get a nice hip opening. Maybe you don't even need to, because it's a super deep hip opening. And then come up. Your left hip is already kind of pinned under your right leg. So reach your right fingertips out to the right. Left arm comes up and over. Just reach your left fingertips to the right. Stretch. And your left hip is pinned. So you feel that opening and stretch in your outer hip. Nice. Undo. Take your hands to the top of your mat and you can kind of just uncross. So you're back into that lunge. And then just step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Shift forward, three-legged plank. Come to the outer edge of your right foot. Repeat whatever side plank you did on side one. Spin your palm forward, reach towards the top of your mat, lift your hips. And then maybe you can do the step through. Wherever you are, we're gonna meet in a low lunge. So lower your back knee, lift your arms up. Grab your right wrist, inhale, reach up, exhale, side bend to the left. Exhale, undo, plant your hands, set up for your side angle pose, left elbow to left inner thigh, right arm reaches up, right shoulder rolls back, extended side angle. And then come up briefly through a warrior two, straighten your front leg, left fingertips reach forward, Trikonasana. Push your hips a little bit forward, right shoulder back. Nice, and then come all the way up. Straighten your legs, forward fold. So same thing on this side. We're gonna continue to go to the front of the mat because now our left foot is at the front. Crawl towards the top of your mat, all 10 toes point forward. Keep going. All 10 toes point to the opposite side. So you're in like a forward fold with crisscross. And then begin to lower. Knees are stacked. Left knee is on top this time. Gomukhasana. Take a couple breaths. Walk forward if you need more of an opening. And then this time your right hip is planted. So we're going to take our left arms to the left. So the back of the mat is where your fingertips are going. Right arm reaches up and over. Side bend to the left. Nice. Undo that. Hands plant to the top of your mat. Just uncross your legs and step back to dog. Dog cycle option. And then we meet in downward dog. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale's your half lift. Exhale, fold. Make sure both of your blocks are at the top of your mat, tall side, and just come to stand. So we're just gonna go through a little bit of balancing work before our final flow. Grab a drink here if you need one. I know I do. Totally gonna forget where that is in a minute. Okay, Tadasana, top of mat. Spread your feet nice and, or spread your toes nice and wide. I like to spread my fingers and my toes at the same time. It's like they talk to each other, I swear. Just makes it easier. Okay, shift the weight to your right foot, hands to hips. Inhale, left knee comes up. Take your left knee out to the left, and then bring your left foot into tree pose. You can use your hand to help it. Choose where you want your hands, prayer or up. Find your drishti, firm up that standing leg to help you balance. And then bring your left knee up again. You can keep your hands where they are or move them. We're going to slowly go into a warrior three. So your blocks are there if you need them. Bend your torso down so it's parallel to the floor. Reach through your outer back heel. Reach through the crown of your head. So pretend you're being pulled in opposite directions. That always helps me balance here. Firm up the standing leg and stay here, or right hand to block. Slowly begin to open up to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe lift your back leg up, left fingertips reach up. And then if you took half moon, slowly reverse back to your warrior three. And then everyone come to stand, both feet down. All right, side two. Shift the weight to your left foot. Inhale, right knee comes up. Open your right knee out to the right and set up for tree. So foot to inner thigh. Firm up the standing leg and choose whatever arm variation you did on side one. Breathe here. And then release your foot from tree, knee comes up. Exhale, slowly shift into your warrior three. So stay here for a minute, even if you're going into half moon. Again, pretend you're being pulled in opposite directions. Pull your belly up. And then you can stay here in balance or left hand to block and begin to open up to Ardha Chandrasana, side two. Right fingertips reach up. Right leg reaches up. Legs are super, super firm. And then undo that if you went there. Back to warrior three. So just reversing everything, coming to stand. Okay, flow down or meet us in dog pose for our third flow. And you can probably guess what pose is in there. Okay, breathe in down dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, take your right knee towards your right tricep or elbow. Come to the outer edge of your left foot. So side plank on the left. Can your right foot go into tree pose here? Or stack your feet or take your modified side plank. Reach your fingertips up, push your hips up, and then look forward. Again, right foot steps through. This time, keep your back leg up and come into your high lunge. Firm up your back leg, palms face forward. Grab your left wrist, reach up, exhale, bend to the right. From here, warrior two, briefly. And then straighten your leg, Trikonasana, so reach your right fingertips up. Left hand goes up. This time, spin your left palm forward and reach towards the top of your mat in your Trikonasana. Outer edge of left foot presses. And then can you come light on your right fingertips and maybe reach both hands towards the top of your mat. Major core work here. Spin your left shoulder back. And then bend your front knee, left hand to hip. We're going to go into Ardha Chandrasana here. So right hand reaches for your block. Left leg may lift. So we've been doing this pose all month. If you've been taking like classes, notice if you're finding any improvement. Option for thigh stretch, Ardha Chandrasana, Chapasana. From your standing leg, left shoulder rolls back. Or maybe you're just working on your half moon pose, which is fine. Remember, no negative self-talk if you fall. You're only human. Undo this. Step your left foot way back. So bend your front leg. And then plant your hands to frame your front foot. Set up for a pigeon. So take your right foot behind your left wrist and stay upright. So this is not like a rest pose. So fingertips are on the mat. Your torso is somewhat lifted. Crawl your hands to the left and press the floor away just slightly. So you're pressing into your right hip. And then swing your left foot up. So we're in that seated position that we were in at the beginning of class. This time you might want your strap. We're gonna go for that deeper side bend. So if you want the strap, you can kind of wrap it around your foot. So the goal, I guess it's not really a goal, but I always try to like hold my foot with both hands. So you can take your left foot as close as you can towards your left hand as close as you can to your left foot. Right arm reaches up. My elbow is usually in front of my left shin. And then right shoulder is going back in space as I reach my right arm up and over, as if I could hold both hands on my foot while keeping an open chest. So if you can't keep your chest open and two shoulders in one line, then you need your strap just to like bring your foot closer to you. So notice if your right hip is lifting, press it back down. And also notice if you're deeper than you were at the beginning of class. You know, I'm way deeper. Nice. Slowly undo. Feels so uneven now. My right side is like super stretched. Okay. Swing your foot back. Press yourself back to dog. Take a breath or two here. And then inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, shift to plank pose. Take your left knee towards your left tricep. And then come to the outer edge of your right foot and step your left foot maybe into tree side plank, or whatever variation you want to take. Press your hips up, reach your left arm up and over. Look forward. Maybe you can slow motion step your left foot between your hands or next to your right hand. Spin your back heel up, firm your right leg. Inhale, high lunge. Shoot sparks out of your right heel, firm up your leg and bend low into your left. Palms face forward, grab your right wrist, reach up, exhale, bend to the left. Nice, undo. Plant your hands down, spin your back heel, come up for a brief warrior two, and then straighten your front leg, left fingertips reach. We're going for triangle pose again. So set up your normal triangle, so hips forward, right shoulder back, everything in your body is in one line. And then right palm faces forward, reach your fingertips as if you could touch a block at the top of your mat. Look under your right armpit. And then can you reach your left arm up as well? And can you stay open while you do it? Super hard. Wherever you are, bend your knee, right hand to hip. Look forward towards your left block. We're going to slowly hop our right foot forward. Ardha Chandrasana on the second side. The option to take the thigh stretch or just work on your half moon. I'm always way more wobbly on this side. If you really firm up your legs, that will help. I actually find it easier to balance when I'm in the Chapasana, but I have to get there first, right? Okay, breathe here wherever you are. Keep working. Be kind to yourself. And then slowly undo. Step your right foot way, way back. Frame your front foot. Pigeon. So heel toe your left foot to the right wrist. And come down into that upright pigeon. Fingertips are on the floor. Breathe. Crawl your hands to the right. And ever so slightly press the floor away. Unless this is already too much for you, you can press into your left hip. And then it's like you can just keep rolling back onto your butt, swing your right leg forward. So you're in that seated shape. Again, side two. So if you use your strap, you'll probably need it on this side too, but really both sides could be very different. So again, super deep seated side bend. You want to try to keep your left hip down, crawl your right hand towards your right foot, or use that strap. Elbow in front of your right knee or right shin, and then left arm reaches up. Keep two shoulders in one line, so keep your left shoulder going back. Spin your palm to the right and then reach for your foot. Maybe as you press your left hip down, can you reach your foot or the strap? I cannot go near as deep on this side. Wherever you are, spin your chest open. Use that strap to bring your foot closer to you. And then look under your left armpit. Breathe here. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly undo. And we're going to meet on our backs with a block. Okay. Take the block on the second side, second width, I guess you could say. And then bring your feet in closer to your sit bones, palms face down. Just lay here for a moment and just have a slight squeeze to the block, just like as much as you need so you don't drop it, but nothing super strong. Breathe here. And then let's go up into a bridge pose. When you're ready, press your feet down, press your arms down into the mat, and press your hips up. Squeeze that block. Roll your shoulders under. Take your chest towards your chin. Press your hips up a little more. Squeeze the block. Thanks. Undo when you're ready. And then take any kind of movements that you would like to cool down. If your body's craving anything, go ahead and do that now. I was going to do like a feet up the wall. So if you're near a wall, I kind of recommend that. Otherwise, you can take a strap, huge wide loop under your shoulder blades. And then the other side of the loop goes around the ball mounds of your big toes. So just for a couple minutes, maybe 1 minute actually, straighten your legs. You can be on the wall or use the strap. Arms can be like field goal. And try to slow your breath down if it's a little choppy. So we worked all month on side bends, lots of Ardha Chandrasana, lots of side angle poses, lots of different transitions. So notice if you like picked up on any skills or techniques through all of that. Notice if you can be a little nicer to yourself now, and you know, like falling and not balancing is just part of life. Next month, I'm thinking we're going to do forward folds. So that will be fun. There's so many different poses we can do with forward folds. You can take your Shavasana with your legs up the wall if you choose. Otherwise, set up for whatever Shavasana shape you are going for. And just drop in. Let everything relax. Breathe normally. Just let everything be super heavy onto the floor. Surrender yourself to the mat, if you will. So thank you guys so much for taking my class. I hope to see you in some classes next month. I'm glad February's over. I don't think it's anybody's favorite, right? All right. Have a good day.